Casual neighborhood games turn to nights on the road with club teams. Laughter and team bonding turn to tears and drama. The joy of the game turns to hatred of any sport. 70% of children drop out of sports by the time they're 13. This is an alarming number, especially considering that 18 to 20% of children are obese. Let me state the issue loud and clear. Children are not as active as they used to be, and it is affecting both their physical health and mental health. This issue could be easily fixed by taking away early specialization in athletics. Early specialization is when children are not playing more than one sport. Kids who've only ever played basketball or who quit fall soccer and spring baseball to wrestle year-round. Strangely enough, parents are choosing the sport their kids will play for the rest of their life. If you would not choose their career, then do not choose their sport. Let them try many sports when they're young to see what they like. When I was heading into 8th grade, my parents told me I had to decide what sport I wanted to focus on. During my 7th grade year, I had run track and played softball at the same time, but they told me it was time to narrow it down. It was a hard decision because I loved both, but at least I had a choice at an age where I could make decisions for my own life. More and more children are being told to decide their sport at the early elementary age level, when they should continue to be immersed in many different sports until late elementary middle school age. One of the main issues involved with children specializing in one sport at a young age is that they then feel like they should be elite in that one sport, which causes burnout, overuse injuries, and overtraining. Children who continue to be multi-sport athletes even into middle school and high school are then more prepared to specialize compared to children who specialize early. This is one of the ironies of early specialization. Parents want their children to be strong, well-rounded, healthy, and happy, yet the sports culture of today's world is not compatible with this belief. The sports culture of today is all about the competition. It's all about winning. Of course, competition is good and healthy for children, but only when used in the right setting. Club sports are another one of the main issues surrounding the sports culture of today. Coaches that are too intense drive children away from staying in sports. Too much of a time commitment makes children feel trapped in the club life. Children should not feel like a sport is them or their life. Sport should help us discover things about ourselves, not define who we are. Children are spending less time outside playing unorganized sports. Club sports and video games have taken away the advantages that come with kids playing casual pickup games in their backyard or even their own games that they've created. Creativity and unorganized playtime are being replaced by intense sports at a young age. No one likes to be told what to do, and that includes kids in sports. Putting kids in intense club sports leads to more dropouts rather than molding kids into college athletes. Early specialization leads children into clubs. Clubs have become the only path to sports in high school and further, but they shouldn't be. A quote from Sojourners magazine states, "Our culture has managed to turn children's sports into a problem. More and more, the fun and games of bygone days are being displaced by a network of pay-to-play competitive club sports, organizations, gated communities of the youth sports world that are marketed to middle-class parents as the only route to coveted college athletic scholarships." Close quote. The athletes of today will find better problem-solving skills, better hand-eye coordination, and better muscle development if they are well-rounded. Kids who do club sports find that the limited time of their precious childhood years is spent on the road and at the gym or the field, rather than with their friends and in their own home. Club sports lead to busy weekends and evenings. This causes problems with schoolwork, social life, and sleep. Many argue that early specialization is the key to helping children be successful in sports, and though this intense exposure to a sport can be helpful to a child, if done too early, it can cause children to have more injuries in their sport. If children were to participate in multiple sports, even just 2 or 3 a year rather than one, they would be more successful in developing their muscles, which would help them to recover from accidents and avoid injuries. Great athletes come from all sorts of situations. Michael Jordan came from a poor family where he grew up playing basketball on the streets. Jordan not only played basketball, but also baseball, and he was able to professionally play both. Many great athletes did not choose their final sport until they were in their early or even late teens. Although the culture of today supports children deciding and focusing on one sport, children are learning to dread sports when they could be loving them.